Today in African History, brought to you by Merchant of Knowledge Africa.
April 14th, 1498. On the first voyage by Europeans to India, the fleet of Portuguese explorer Vasco da Gama arrives at Malindi, later to be Kenyan shore north of Mombasa. They discover Indian traders, and hire a pilot to guide them. Using monsoon winds for the rest of their journey to India, they will depart on the 24th of April. April 14th, 1830. The West African kingdom of Dahomey is so successful at enslaving people captured during its many military conquests that a slaving port is established on the Gulf of Guinea for the convenience of slave ships. In the Fon language, the town is named Cotonou, Kotona, meaning by the river of death. The port will become the capital of Benin. April 14th, 1864. French authorities in Djibouti report that the Egyptian forces of Pasha Mohammed Ali, who was gaining control of the Horn of Africa, now occupy the Gulf of Tadjoura and areas inland. However, the Egyptian Pasha has no legal claim to Djibouti, and his forces will withdraw after a brief time. April 14th, 1884. During the Egyptian-Abyssinia War, Egypt today again occupies the Gulf of Tadjoura, Djibouti, according to reports from the commander of the French naval vessel L'Infant, as well as portions of the interior. Egypt will once more withdraw its forces from the area after the Emperor of Ethiopia ceases hostilities. April 14th, 1892. Said Ali bin Said Omar becomes Sultan over all the Comoros Islands. The main island Ngazija has been governed by sultanates, but Said Ali bin Said Omar assumes all their powers, aided by France in return for Omar giving France permission to make Comoros a protectorate. April 14th, 1900. Africa's subjugation under European colonization is celebrated at the Paris Exposition opening today. Egypt, a part of the Ottoman Empire, is incorporated into the Turkish Pavilion. France's status as a colonial power is exhibited in the pavilions of 11 African colonies and protectorates. April 14th, 1948. East African Airways deploys new state-of-the-art British-built Doves aircrafts on its Nairobi to Entebbe route. At £13,300 each, equal to £606,042 in 2024, the four Doves are more than twice as expensive as the £6,000 Lodestar planes that the airline put into service on its Nairobi-Dar es Salaam route last month. April 14th, 1966. Kenyan nationalist Jaramogi Odinga resigns from the government and President Jomo Kenyatta's ruling KANU party, slamming Kenyatta's cabinet as land grabbers and opportunists who are uninterested in the welfare of ordinary Kenyans. In the days ahead, another cabinet minister and 27 MPs will also resign in protest. April 14th, 1992. South Africa's liberation heroes, the anti-apartheid leaders Nelson Mandela and Winnie Mandela, announced their divorce. April 14th, 2014. The Johannesburg Stock Exchange rebrands itself to reflect international investment opportunities that the exchange now offers in Africa and globally. The new JSE logo has a space-age look. April 14th, 2019. Seychelles President Danny Faure becomes the first head of state to give an address while underwater. He advocates for protections for the world's oceans in a speech broadcast from a British research submersible beneath the sea off one of Seychelles Islands.
Today in African History, brought to you by Merchant of Knowledge Africa.